Yo. Mm. Uh, let's see if I connect this here. See if this will work there. Okay, that works. That does work. Solo, what's up, man? What's going on? Let me share this out real quick here. Jumping in real quick. Uh, boy, today, okay, I don't understand why. So lately, what's up, Big Bank? What's up, Big Bank? What's up, Big Bank? Hey, belt to ass of them Cowboys, right? Yes, sir. I'm trying to understand why things not popping up for me, or did I click go live? Before I get to cussing it out here, so it's not starting. I always get a problem when I try to link that Facebook up, man. Straight up. And it seems like they don't want me to be great over there. Don't let me. Man, I don't know what it is. It worked yesterday, but it's not working right now for some reason. I ain't gonna trip, right? I'll check back on it. If it go live, it go live. I don't care, right? I'll check back on it. Main thing here is just dropping in real quick yesterday. I mean, right now. So, um, maybe I'll have to do a YouTube reel on Facebook reel or something. They ain't let me post none. So they on some bull. They on some bull with me. They stopping me. They blocking me. What's up with that? Either way it go, look. Um, this game, as y'all know, is not my favorite game today. But the game's got to be played. I'm so undecided in spots and stuff like that. I was looking at things, man. I don't know, right? So one thing I would say here, we do have the Jets, and we have this is their first game since they fired the coach. Couldn't talk you off either money line here. First and foremost, we got over under 41.5. If it was up to me, I probably would. If it was up to me, I ain't gonna lie, I probably would bet the Jets. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not that big of a game. I don't bet on a lot of games like that. Now, yesterday, we did hit the 6.5 for the Falcons, and we also hit the 3.5 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So cash those plays and a few more other plays. Did a touchdown not round robin, touchdown parlay with the same guys that I said. But I also played that parlay. It was a 5-leg, but then I took one leg off too. So I played the 5-leg with Jacobs on DraftKings. That took an L. Jacobs was the only one who lost that one. And then I played the 4-man on FanDuel, and FanDuel and that 4-leg cashed. And we went over that yesterday if y'all were here or whatever the case may be. Lions did put them boys in the body bag. I already knew that was gonna happen. I mean, that was a no-brainer right there. That team is pretty much broken. I should sell high on CeeDee Lamb. I should sell high on him right now in my fantasy, but I don't know what I can get for him. But I should sell high on him. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, so cash a decent amount of plays yesterday. Parlays did, help out. What else we got here? All right, so like I said, this is not my favorite game yet. But what I would say here is we got the Jets. What I was looking at here was, let's see. Let's take it here. Defense versus possession here. Breece Hall has probably been a hot topic lately, right? And, it is what it is. So, defense versus the pass, defenses versus the run, defenses versus the pass catchers, right? So, let's take a look at the running back here. Bang. Running back, defenses versus pass catchers, which is the running back, right? So, yeah, Breece Hall. So, the Jets, right? Let's go with Buffalo. Okay, so Buffalo is right here at the top with the red. Here's their line right here, right? So 5 games, targets 8.4, that's red. 7.2 receptions, that's red. Yards 62.4. Yards per catch, 8.6. Air yards 5.4. Red zone targets 1.2, and then touchdowns at 3. Right, everything is in the red for passing versus this team. Right, looking at a few of the running backs here that has faced this team. From the running back position here, you have the 49ers. When you're looking at the receivers, 4 targets, 3 receptions there. Titans, of course, the Titans will probably get their ass kicked, and then 8 targets, 7 receptions. Patriots will probably lose in that game as well. So you got 3 targets, 3 receptions. Broncos. No. Sorry. So let's run this back, right? So I was looking at this the wrong way. Okay. Running backs versus Bills. Okay. Now, running backs. I'm sorry, but we got it together, right? So, so we have attempts, rushing yards, average, touchdown, targets, receiving here. So, now this is crazy, right? This is crazy because each of these running backs, they've seen 7 targets, right, or better in each and every week versus this team. 6 receptions or better in every game except for 1. That was the Jaguars versus Bills right there. Receiving yards, 64, 81, 17, 88, and 62. Averages here, just averages. So they got 3 touchdowns. The Ravens, we remember that game. That was, man, we had a field day live bet in that game, man. Justice Hill was eating their ass for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Long story short, looking at the all running backs this season, averages versus the running backs here. Running backs versus, the Bills. In a receiving game here. 42 targets, 36 receptions, 300 yards. Oh, the averages, I'm sorry. They averaging 8.5 targets, 7 receptions, 62 receiving yards, at 8.5, a little bit over 8.5 receptions per game, right? Yeah. Only 3 touchdowns, and whatever the case may be with that, fumbles and fantasy points. I mean, it is what it is, right? So, even looking at the fantasy points there, if you're looking at the fantasy draft or prize picks or your underdogs or your prize picks and stuff like that, it is what it is. I don't know what's going to happen, right? I don't even know if he's going to hit his props or anything like that. But when you're looking at the receptions here, Brees Hall receptions are set at 4. I don't know which direction they're going to go to. I'm going to go listen to some coach speak or whatever the case may be. But he's only 2 of 5 to this number of 4 receptions, right? I know I heard rumblings that Brees Hall should be more inclined to, get more touches in some shape, form, or fashion. And I would, I would hope so. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, he's had 4 receptions in 3 of his last 5 games. The last 2 games, he did not hit 4 receptions. So, it is what it is, right? So, 4 receptions, even if you get a push here, it's not a realm of possibilities. I lean there, right? Now, I got in at 5.5 for Garrett. Now it's at 6, okay? So, I think, it's just come on. I'll take it, right? Like, win, lose, or draw, I'll take it. Over here on, so right here on Underdog, they probably at 6 by now. On the books, I've seen 6.5. You can also look at the targets here. 5.5 receptions at a .81. You can catch it on 5.5 right now on. You can get the 4.5 and the 5.5 on Underdog. Of course, they're going to be different, odds or whatever the case may be. But it is what it is, right? They're not giving you the option to ladder it up, though. Some players, I've noticed, some players they are giving you the option to ladder it up, ladder them, right? So that's one thing. That's a nice little play there. Unless they are, and I'm not seeing it. Let me see. Right, so I'm not seeing it. Either way it go, it is what it is, right? With the amount of targets that he get, I think he's in play. Look at I think the receptions for these guys here are 3.5 and 6.5 on the books. So let's see. Brees Hall sitting at 3.5 at juiced up at a parlay period. It's juiced up 3.5, and this is where you could. You cash it at 3.5. Maybe you could take the 4 on prize picks. 3.5 for Conklin. Not a realm of possibilities. Conklin is a guy that you could definitely take a look at here. Depending on how strong this defensive matchup you think it's going to be, right? I don't think the passing game pretty much favors Buffalo. Favors the Jets versus Buffalo, but Buffalo I think the verdict is still out on their defense, right? To me, it is. So Conklin, last 3 games, he's got 6 targets or better. He's had 4 receptions or better in his last 3 games. So him and Rodgers, they're pretty much like right here, right? And then as well, I'm not going to talk about Lazard, but come on, give me a break, man. Mike Williams did have 4 targets. He's had 4 targets or better in 3 straight games. Tough matchup versus Minnesota in that weather. If his reception sitting at 2.5, I'll seriously take a look at it. But his reception long is still in play, right? 18 yards right here, 22 yards right here, 18 and 19. The long is still in play, right? So let's take a look and see what we got for this longest reception here. Mike Williams sitting at 16.5. Mike Williams is still in play, okay? He's still in play for the longest reception. He's hit this number in 4 straight games, as you can see right there. Like I said, 19, 18, 22, and 18, right? So those are some spots that we can look at. Those are some spots that we can look at. We can possibly take advantage of it. On the other side here, I'm coming over to the receiving props here, rushing props, and looking at Josh Allen at 34.5. I think that's doable. I'm not going to take into consideration like what the Jets are giving up versus the quarterback. All of this here is situational. Josh is Josh, right? So taking a look at some of his rushing attempts, rushing yards, whatever the case may be for him. 54, 44, and 39, right? So it's like every other game he's hit this number. Houston, he hit that number versus Houston. It was getting beat up by this Baltimore team. Don't know how he didn't hit that number. 47-10 versus Jacksonville, he hit that number. Week 1, he hit that number versus Arizona. So he's 3 or 5 to this number, right? Attempts are interesting too because he's had 4 attempts or better in each game, except for 1. So I don't know if they have his rushing attempts out. Let's take a look at that because that's another way that you could probably, skin a cat here, right? So they don't have it on the books here. I don't know if they'll have it on Prize Picks. Rushing attempts here. 7. It's probably doable. He hasn't hit that number yet, though, I don't think, this season. 7. Oh, he had 9 rushing attempts from week 1. Ever since then, he hasn't hit that number. That was a close game at 28-34. Underdog, where do they have his rushing attempts at? It's going to be interesting to see this. 6.5. Okay. So the rushing yards, I think it's very interesting. At 35, I think this is a play that if you take an L on a play like this, I think you can definitely, live with an L. I ain't trying to put no L on nobody, but me personally, I think it's an okay play. I'm 50-50 on that. We don't have, they're not showing me, excuse me. They're not showing me the kid, Shakir, right? I think he's going to play today. He should be playing today. I think he's going to play. And he's had 4 receptions or better in 3 straight games. I imagine his reception is probably going to come out at, I would probably say 3.5 here. Given the matchup, I would probably say 3.5. I want to take a look at these guys versus tight ends here, and that would be the Jets, right? And the Jets look pretty good. And Buffalo, interesting, right? Because we'll have Dalton Kincaid out there. Not my favorite game. Cook is somebody who's been targeted heavily in the receiving game. I mean, not heavily, but he's shown flashes where he can get targeted at. And, you can probably look at his receptions, right? Especially if you think these guys are going to be trying to fall behind here. He's questionable as well. But I don't think his receptions are out of the realm of possibilities. What he's been hitting, he's been hitting his long, right? He's hit, I want to say his long, he hit it in 4 of his last 5 games. Reception, 25 yards, 17, 19, and 24. He hit his long, and if you want to check his long out, it's going to be so they don't have his long out, right? So that's something that you can come back and take a look at. Excuse me. I think that's something that you can come back and take a look at, right? Um, if I had to take a 2-piece spicy here, looking at targets, you're gonna get a 9.5 on Gary Wilson. The half means a lot because you could definitely cash it. And Conklin, right? So you're gonna he's hit this target at 3 straight games, right? That's a play that you can look at. I'll add that in as a target piece, or what? Let me see. Or his regular reception line. What is that? It's probably 3.5 or a solid 3. 3, right? So I don't mind it, okay? I don't mind it. 3, I don't mind it. Push potential is there. Push potential is there for Breece Hall. 6 receptions. Push potential is there for all these guys. And I do think there's a possibility that you can look at the field goals made here, right? So for both teams at that. For both kickers, I probably wouldn't take the under there. Wish we could have got this at 1.5 and not Tyler Bass at 1.5. And you say Bills are top 10 in tight end receptions. I bet they are. It's just defending that tight end position, and how the Jets want to go about it. The Jets. Defense versus pass catchers, when you look at the tight ends, they probably haven't been targeted that much, but the Jets look pretty good, right? Like, they are all green here, like, look pretty good. Bills top 10 against, okay. Oh, yeah, so Bills, they didn't gave up a touchdown. I just expected to see a little bit more already out of Kincaid, man. He's been targeted 4 times more in 4 straight games. The yardage is down. I like to see a little bit more yardage. He's got 1 touchdown, so that's cool. I don't like this game, bro. I don't like this game at all. Just telling the truth, right? So, it's probably going to be an alternate day for me on the books. Definitely going to be an alternate day for me on the books. But some plays that could be sneaky, like I said. From right now on paper, yeah, it's a nasty game. Because for me, the Buffalo Bills coming into week 1, their offense on paper don't look sexy to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care what nobody said. The offense don't look sexy to me, right? Especially the receiver core just looks. I don't like that receiving core at all. Then they pull that shit. They didn't even use the wide receiver. You know what I'm talking about. Whoever the fuck that was, Gabriel Davis, was that Gabriel? What's his name? They didn't even use him anywhere to go. Let me see. What's this boy name? My live's still not going through on Facebook. Facebook trying to Coleman. I think that's his name. What's his name? No, Samuel. Curtis Samuel. They didn't even use him. Straight up. They overperformed. Yeah, Samuel. Yeah, definitely. They didn't use Samuel, man. That lost a lot of people money right there. Just like, yeah, Shakir is questionable. I think he plays today though. Just like the Chiefs, they didn't use that number 2 receiver. That was crazy to me. But back to where we are, though. Back to where we are, though. Samuel's like fourth string, um, but there was no secure. There was no secure, and we all know Samuel's skill set, bro. We already know Samuel's skill set. You see what I'm saying? Samuel's skill set. I mean, running the slot, gadget guy running around just making shit happen. They ain't even use him. I don't know what's going on over there. But long story short, man, I'm probably gonna be altering on the books. I probably alter me up a plus 100, a plus 200 or something like that, a few receptions and shit like that, and try to get out of there, get in and get out, and most likely be looking towards next week. But tonight I don't like it, right? So right now, let's see what I would play. If I get a 5-man or a 6-man over here, what would I play, right? What would I play? Something along the line of these let me see. These I would probably take the over on. I don't expect much from Curtis. I'm a Commanders fan, and he can't. Yeah, for sure. I remember. And I just don't know if the Commanders, they wasn't using him like that, because he sat over there, and I remember y'all had the rookies on the outside. I forgot the rookie. Y'all had flashes of good receivers on there on the outside, but I just never knew what y'all were doing, man. Diami Brown, I think y'all had a couple other. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. A couple other guys on that outside. I just could never figure out what you guys were doing with him, and I guess he just probably wasn't that good. I hope you'll be on NBA preseason. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Damn, I hit a 31 plus the other night with. I jumped on it late, man. Targets and rush attempts for who? Targets and rush attempts for who? I'm looking at now the field goals made. I wish this wasn't a goblin here, because I would probably put both of these guys on there. Truthfully, man. Matchup like this, I can see both kickers getting there at least, right? So I probably won't put that there for this video game, but I think I can see. I'm talking about video game, but I probably wouldn't put that there, right? So Aaron Rodgers, 1.5 touchdown, is a goblin, right? I mean, is a demon, and he's hit this number 3 of his last 4 games. I think he can hit this number, right? I know. I think 1.5 touchdowns is standard. I don't care what the matchup is. When you got guys like Breece Hall, it could be a dump off touchdown, and you could possibly punch it in there anyway. So this is a play that I don't mind here. Josh Allen, I probably would take Rodgers 2 touchdowns before I take Allen. Never know. This could be a game that both of these guys can go in there. Hall, Kincaid, or Conklin. Targets I would probably be looking at targets. I would be looking at I ain't gonna lie. I'll be looking at Garrett Wilson for targets. Conklin is interesting. It's really interesting, right? He's hit this number 3 straight games. If you want to get there, be my guest. Wilson, I mean, he's coming off a 22, what is it, a 19 or a 22, a 23 target game. Like, I don't know if I can deny that, right? What was this, man? I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I'll talk to you in a little while. Mackey. I don't know, man. Them the only books you play on is these this all you got is prize picks, and you know you don't have no books, do you? Damn. What's this, man? Hold on, man. Let me. Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, though? Yeah, I'm busy. What you trying to do? I'll write it down. Oh, well, damn. Okay, what is it? Let me see. Let me get this pen. What is it? Hold on. 601 501 00. Looking up what? No, I ain't on the app, but what you need me to push through? Okay. I'm writing it down. Yep, I'm finna do it in a second. I'm finna do it right away in a minute. All right. 100, right? All right. I'll send them 100. All right. Yeah, you said no, I'm a GA. Okay, so um, I'm gonna have to take the. I ain't gonna have to take nothing, but so you get it back here at 5.5 receptions. It went back. I'll take that. Right, I'll take that 5.5 receptions there. I think 3 receptions is kind of standard for Conklin. I can't talk off of that. I think that's standard, right? If you want prospects and you want that 5.5, I suggest you jump on it right now, right? I took Gary Wilson 5.5, and I also took the rushing yards for I took the rushing yards for Josh Allen, right? That's a two-piece spicy. Josh Allen rushing yards and Gary Wilson 5.5 receptions. But if you want that 5.5 receptions, I think you take that right away. 5.5 receptions is 5.5 receptions. However you want to look at it, he's a guy that's supposed to get there, right? Brees Hall, his reception yards. Let me take a look at his reception yards, right? Receiving yards, I'm sorry. 27 and a half. I don't know which one I would go to, but man, I like it, right? I like it. Mike Williams, his long, uh, his long, he's hit this number, man. He's hitting that number frequently. Longest reception, it's at 16 and a half here. Let me take this down. Conklin. Let me see. Mike Williams, 16 and a half. Let me see. Let me take receptions here. 5.5, right? So remember, Mike Williams, the routes that he run, he hits this number, right? So and he's had 4 targets in 3 straight games. This game at Minnesota and London, this game was rainy and all that shit. So I think he would have hit his 3 receptions. But the long, right? 19, 18, 22, 18. He's hit this number in 4 straight games. 4 straight games he hit this number. 18, 22, 18, 19. Okay? So that's in play. It's 16 and a half. Longest reception. Rushing yards. I took the rushing yards of 1. I mean, and Gary Wilson, I played those as my 2 pick. And if you don't want to go to Mike Williams' longest reception, I think it's at 2.5. I like that. Receptions at 2.5, it's not here, right? So if we go over here on underdog, this is for my people who can't get down on the books. Receptions at 2.5 right here. I like that, right? So I'll play his receptions over here. I'll play the 2.5 receptions for him over here. I will play. I'll play his 2.5, and I'll play the 5.5, man. Straight up. I'll play the 5.5 here. Your picks must be at least from 2 different teams, right? So we'll look for the rushing yards here. 1.5 touchdowns. I mean, passing. If you don't have underdog, of course I got a code for the underdog, but underdog is pretty good, man. I mean, if you don't have it, like here's Josh Allen, and then they have all his props here, right up under his name, stuff like that. All his props. It'll tell you how much. It said Breece Hall, and it has how many props he has. 17. 3.5 receptions is grayed out. But there you go. Fumbles, lost, and they have defense as well. So they got defenses as well. So, man, do I want to take? I want to take a stab at my underdog code. All right. Let me see. My underdog code is. My code is FLINE. Right here, FLINE. Your friends also get, and this is, let me see. This is a link to, let me see if I can I put this link in there? It don't matter. I could probably put that link in there. Let me see something. And that's a link in the chat as well. I think you can bet $1 or $2 on here too, like $2 and shit like that. And then, I would play preseason on underdog, right? Because they got they have more people out, and they got PRAs, bro. Straight up. Let me see. They have more people out. Let's see. NBA. So right now they have points, PRAs, and assists. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to jump on. It. Pascal Siakam, 20.5, 12 points, 20.5 PRAs. Give you a little bit different. Like the PRAs give you something a little bit different to look at. Yeah, right. Cam Thomas, PRAs, well, yada yada yada. Right. So there you have that. There you have that. But where were we? Yeah. Oh, so I'm gonna play this. Let's see. What was this? All right. Now I ain't gonna put. Let me see if there's another play that I like outside of the Josh. Mike Williams, 2.5 receptions. Gary Wilson, 5.5. Now, longest reception, right, for James Cook is at 10.5. Now, 10.5, that's interesting, right? Because he's been cracking that, right? He's been cracking that. It's probably just they play design, however, and I like it, right? So Cook, looking at his game log, he's hit that. His long, 4 of his last 5 games, right? 24, 9, 19, 17, and 25, right? They have his long on underdog set at 10.5. Longest reception. This line isn't out on FanDuel. I don't know if it's out on the books. This is another play that I would consider. I would throw it over there. And then one thing about underdog is they have the best odds. The best odds, like if you pick 3 of these that just says higher and lower, not the ones that have the number by it. For any 3 of those picks, they got the bet. They pay you 6 to 1. They pay you 6 to 1 for 3 picks. That's if I'm coming over here betting $5 on a 3 pick, hey, and I'm winning $25 on my 3 picks, hey, I can't complain, man. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a 3 pick. You come over here and get you a 3 pick with those odds, unless you get some that got numbers behind it. Unless you got some that got numbers behind it. But that's a play that's in play there. 3.5 receptions, man. Tyler Conklin is interesting for that 3.5, but I don't know if I want to push my limit here, right? So if I was to put, let me see. So they must have nuked this shit. Let me see. So that Garrett is not a full 1. That's why. Because this should have been 6 to 1, not 5 to 1, but it is what it is. And then you can flex it however you want to do it. You can go flex it or whatever the case may be. There's no promos out. I don't see any promos. All right, but it is what it is, right? I'll probably take Shakur, Ray Davis. I don't bet defensive props. Look at Dawson Knox, right? That's Dawson Knox. Okay, not Knox. I'm not betting Knox. Sauce Gardner. So they got all the defensive right there. Where is Kincaid, man? I want to see what type of numbers they got for Kincaid. Three and a half receptions, 6 targets, 5 first quarter receiving yards, 3.5 receptions. I think I got an odd $8 on this. I'm just gonna swing that on here, right? I'm gonna swing that on here, and that'll be Williams 5.5. 2.5. Wilson 5.5, and 10.5. No, do I want to do that? You know what? I'm gonna add Josh here. If I'm gonna hit him, I'm gonna go ahead and hit him. I'm gonna put his rushing yards over there. Did it go over there? Higher. Okay. Rushing yards. I'm going to put his rushing yards over there. Get a 5-man going here. Then I'm on my way to work. Keon Coleman, man, 2.5 receptions. I really want to put Dalton Kincaid in there, but I think I'm going to just pass, man. I'm gonna tell you what. What I'm gonna do. Oh damn, they won't let you do that here. You gotta take one from the other team. Fuck it, man. I'm gonna take these 4 right here, right? I'm gonna take these 4 right here. Allen. Damn. I haven't bet this here. I bet Mike Williams' longest reception, but I haven't bet Cook's long receptions, man. Straight up. 10.5. I still think it can get it though. I'm gonna take it down though. I'm gonna take it on down. I'm gonna roll with the receptions, man. The reception. I'm gonna roll with this right here. All right. Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, and Josh Allen. And then on Prize Picks here, I'm gonna take a stab at the Mike Williams longest, Josh Allen, and Garrett Wilson, right? And that's gonna be a power play there for both of them, right? That's a 2-leg. That's a 3-leg here and a 3-leg there. Okay, I'll take both of these 3 legs, right? And we'll see what that do. Let's see what that do. On the books, I ain't even gonna lie. On the books, I got a different play, right? That I'm getting ready to sprinkle on. Now I like these. Receiving specials and stuff like that. So a little cheap one that I was looking at was Garrett Wilson. Either one of these two, right? 25 yards in each half, or either 5 yards in each quarter. A fun bet, right? A fun bet. 5 yards in each quarter. I think that's good for a catch in each quarter at a plus 300. It's KB. It's probably not easy, but at plus 300, I'm taking a stab at it, right? Garrett Wilson to record 5 receiving yards in each quarter at a plus 300. I don't give a fuck if he has 20 yards. Just let him get 5 yards in each quarter. That being said, my guys, peace out, right? Peace out. This is in game specials, right? If you want to take a look at the Russian, I haven't looked at the Russian specials. I can take a quick sneak peek and look at it, right? And you'll get, I'll always start from the bottom here. Josh Allen, 50 yards in each half at a plus 8,000. Braylon Allen and Josh Allen to combine for 200. James Cook and Josh Allen to each have 30 in each half. Breece Hall and James Cook to combine for 250. Breece Hall to record 20 in each quarter, plus 3,000. James Cook 20 in each quarter, plus 3,000. James Cook and Josh Allen to combine for 200 plus. Breece Hall, Josh Allen, 200. Hey. James Cook, Josh Allen each have 25 rushing yards in each half for plus 2,500. Breece Hall and Josh Allen have 25. Plus 2,000. Braylon Allen and Breece Hall, 25 in each half. Breece Hall, James Cook, 30 in each half. James Cook, 50 in each half. Hall, 50 in each half. Allen, 25 in each half. That's doable. Breece Hall and James Cook to combine for 100 rush in the first half. Josh Allen, the core, 5 rushing yards each quarter, plus 550. 10 for James Cook. Hall, 10 rushing yards in each quarter, plus 470. Cook, 5 in each quarter, plus 1 something, and then whatever, right? Breece Hall, 5 rushing yards in each quarter, plus 140. I'm gonna end up taking, if he even act like he want to give him 20 targets, this should cash, right? So I'm gonna roll with that one, and peace out, guys, man. Peace out, right? So I'm rolling with the Garrett Wilson, and I'm gonna do with me a bankroll builder, of course, a bankroll builder here. I don't care what it is. Probably gonna be some receptions. Might go with something like let's see. Might go with something like some pain, like 2 receptions for Mike Williams. Like 2 receptions for Wilson, and 2 receptions for Conklin. 2 for 2, something like that, or some shit like that, man. If I want to throw Kincaid in there for 2 to get it to plus money, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for nothing. I'm not trying to break the bank, bro. Straight up, not on the night, and I'll be live betting the rest of the way, right? So I might do something like this. Mike Williams, 2 receptions apiece for all these guys, and 4 for Wilson, and then that receiving joint, right? For plus 205 Wilsons and 5 yards in each half. I think that's a good bet. If somebody wanted to bet me that, I'll say bet. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put a little something on that. The 5 receiving yards in each quarter, and that's a plus 300. So, I think that's doable. Yeah. So, and then the 3-man here, 2.5 catches for Mike Williams, 5.5 for Garrett Wilson, and 34.5 rushing yards for Josh Allen there. And then Josh Allen, you get 34.5 over there. You get 35.5, even though it's probably going to get ready to go up. Longest reception for Mike Williams at 16.5, 5.5 receptions there, right? Prospects. All right, guys, peace on out, right? Peace on out. Now, I didn't put Breece Hall in there in any of these, right? Because maybe I might, that's why I opened up talking about Breece Hall, right? Now, keep in mind, for the people who wasn't here, Breece Hall versus the running back, this team is not good. Buffalo, you see that. Buffalo, this is their numbers versus, the running backs here, okay? In the passing game. So they all red, right? Then you look over here, as you can see, they had 7 targets. They averaged 7. They're averaging 8.5 targets to the running back through this year. They got 7 targets to the running back every game, right? So if you want to take it in 6 receptions, they're averaging 7 receptions to the running back, right? So if you want to take a stab at that, be my guest. This is running backs versus the Bills, right? I haven't figured out how I want to attack this Breece Hall. Maybe he might be a ladder. Maybe I might put him in a long shot play, or I might take his yardage. Who knows? Maybe 5 receptions. Who knows, right? It is what it is. But this is the guy that I opened up talking about. I know I'm going to take him at plus money, but I just don't know how I want to attack it. All right, guys. Peace out.